Hey house guests, welcome to today's Celebrity Big Brother updates and spoilers. Here are our beautiful house guests of the day. Thank you guys so much for your support as always. We really appreciate it, and you're awesome. So before we get started, I just have a little bit of housekeeping. So yesterday, a lot of you guys were asking me where I got my Stranger Things shirt, and it was from Target, you know. Target's got a lot of Stranger Things stuff there, so it's great. Also, I just wanted to give a quick little plug. If anybody's interested in the sweatshirt that I'm wearing today, it says "Be Cool, Not Cruel." I will leave a link below to the website where I got it. The company is really awesome. They spread the vegan message, and they donate a bunch of their profits to animal sanctuaries around the world, and I love that. So I thought I would share that with you guys. But anyway, let's talk about what's going on in the Big Brother house. So last night, it's the move that almost was, right? It looked like Shannon was about to get backdoored, but she was not. Marissa was all ready to use the power veto. Ross was down to put up Shannon, make that big boy move. But Keisha really wanted to go home to her baby. She was like, get me out of here. And they followed through. They weren't going to deny her that. So yeah, Shannon lives to play another day. So about 15 minutes after the episode ended, we got a quick flash on the feeds of what was going on. They were in the landmark bedroom. We've got James, Shannon, Marissa, and Brandy, and James is like, Shannon, I don't want you to feel bad, because after her emotional plea to go home to her baby, Keisha was also like, yeah, Shannon was going after James. Okay, bye! So he's like, that was not new info to me. Like, everyone was going after me in the first week. It's not a big deal. I'm not, like, upset about it. So Shannon was like, that's fine. I just don't understand what Keisha meant when she said, like, this isn't an alliance. What was she talking about? And then the feed's cut. So I don't know what she said after that, but I'm assuming that Keisha was referring to the group that got together to flip the Chuck vote last week. And she was basically like, you guys are not actually together, so don't get comfortable. Because she knows that there was already this plan in place to take out Shannon yesterday. So she knows what's up. But Shannon doesn't know that yet. So anyway, when the feeds came back later, I got some behind-the-scenes stuff for you that we found out. According to Ross, there's going to be 4 celebrities left on finale night. Apparently, Big Brother told him that when they were courting him to get him on the show. I don't know if they're going to narrow it down to 2 or 3 before the vote, but it should be interesting. Let me know your theories in the comments. I feel like they're going to get down to 2, but who knows? Maybe it will be a final 3. I prefer a final 2. But Marissa also dropped that every time you don't get evicted, you get another $5,000. Damn! So then Shannon was like, yeah, but that's only for, like, the first 5 evictions. And Marissa's like, no, I think it's for every eviction, because, like, after you make it through the first 5, if they're not paying you the extra anymore, like, what incentive is there to stay? I don't know, maybe, like, to play the game or something? Really? These celebs are crazy. So she was like, yeah, I was doing the math, and if it is, like, $5,000 for every eviction and not just the first 5, she says that would be about $400,000 total if you win, because the grand prize is like $250,000, and then she's saying it would be like around $50,000 or so for all the evictions, which I don't think it would be, because I don't think they count those last few, but whatever. And I'm assuming Marissa is being paid $100,000 to be there, just like base level from what she said. Interesting. I don't think they all got the same deal, because remember, people were saying Omarosa got paid like $1 million just to be on. I don't know if that's true, but I am pretty sure they did not all get paid the same base level thing. Interesting. I'd love to see those contracts. Okay, actually, I don't really care. So, later, Marissa and Omarosa were chatting in the living room, and they were just like, oh my god, did you see how upset Shannon was when she was eliminated from the Power Veto competition? And they said she just kept going on and on about it. They're always saying that Shannon is, like, way too into the game and stuff. I mean, yes, I think she did overplay and, like, freak out a bit that first week, but at the same time, like, they're just, like, over-analyzing everything she does now, and they're, like, turning her into this crazy person. I don't think she is. I really don't, but she is, like, the #1 target now, so of course everybody's gonna be on her for everything. So they're like, it doesn't matter anyway because Keisha wanted to go, so we couldn't go through with the plan to backdoor Shannon. And then Omarosa is like claiming that she threw the power veto competition because she was up against Marissa. And she's like, yeah, if I had won the power veto, Ross would have had to put someone else up, and that just would have gotten more blood on his hands. So like, I didn't even touch that button. Oh, Marissa, do you really think she threw it? I don't know. And Marissa was like, ugh, thank God I got it right. Thank God I buzzed in so quickly. I can't with these two. So then the feeds went down a few hours for the HOH competition, and Ari was the big winner. Who would have expected that? Not that she's like dumb or anything. I don't know. I didn't think that she would like make a move and go for the HOH, but good for her. So I'm not sure exactly what the competition was, but a bunch of the house guests were like coughing after and just like, my lungs. So I don't know. They're turning this into like Big Brother asthma edition or something. It sounds like later from what I heard that it was some sort of like golfing putt-putt thing. I don't know. Maybe there was like smoke or dry ice, or I thought there was some mention of like a wind tunnel, so I don't know what the deal was, but a lot of people were like coughing after the competition. So Ari, Omarosa, and Brandy were all celebrating in the green bedroom. Omarosa has managed to like wiggle her way back into that group. She's like hanging out with them all the time now, and they seem to be okay with it. So, you know, they've got the new enemy, Shannon. So Ari is like, you guys have to save me from her. It's too much. And she's talking about Shannon. And they think that Mark, James, and Shannon are working together based on what happened during and or after the competition. I don't know if it was like their reactions when Ari won or if they were like talking to each other during the competition or what. But it got this group pretty suspicious. So Ari's like, just keep me away from them. You know, you need to talk block me. James is going to try and flirt with me. And it's not going to work. So they really want to split up Mark, Shannon, and James. And I think that Mark is pretty close with James, but he keeps telling Ross that he wants Shannon out. Honestly, I just think Mark is in the middle. He's kind of just like doing whatever with anybody who will work with him. I don't think he's got any like solid allegiances either way. I think it's pretty much whatever way the wind blows at this point for him. So then they're like celebrating again for the cameras. They're like, Keisha, this is for you. And then Ari is like having an asthma attack, so she's got to go to the DR to see a medic. Jeez. Okay, so then Ross, Marissa, and Mark have a very quick chat in the landmark bedroom. And Ross is like, all right, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to push for Omarosa and Meta to go up on the block, and then we can backdoor Shannon. We can still go through with this plan. So Mark is like, yeah, sounds good. We're not going to tell James, right? Yeah. They can't tell James because they know that he's super close with Shannon, and they don't want to blow this deal up. But I mean, again, this kind of shows that Mark, you know, I thought he told James, like, you're my ride or die, but he's keeping this huge piece of information from him, so who's Mark really with? I don't know. But from these conversations, it definitely looks like Shannon is still the number one target right now. All right, now it's time for Meta to weigh in on the game. Gotta love these chats with Meta. So he was having a strategy chat with Ari, Brandy, and Marissa in the red carpet bedroom, which was interesting because I feel like they're never in that room. I couldn't even remember what the third bedroom was until last night. You know, it's like black and red, and it's got like the ropes for the red carpet and whatever, you know what I mean. So it's just like, oh, that's what the third bedroom is. So anyway, Meta is saying that Omarosa has no chance to win at this point, so why are they going to target her? There's no reason to. And they're like, yeah. So Meta's saying, you should put up Shannon and James. Just put them up. And then we need to win the veto and get rid of one of them. And Brandy's like, I don't know. I think the back door is better. It's easier. So she's saying maybe put up Omarosa and James. And then James is such a great competitor, he's probably going to win that power veto, take himself off, and then they can put up Shannon and get rid of her. See, there's an issue with that logic, though, because if you're going to go after a duo and try to split them up, you cannot just put one of them up on the block, because then you run the risk of the other person who's not on the block also playing in the power veto, winning, and saving your target. So then they're both safe. you know, and then what are you gonna do? So you definitely have to either put up both or neither in that situation. But they're gonna think about it, and Meta is like, all right, I'm gonna play hard for that veto if I get picked. He goes from extreme to extreme. He's like, I want to get out of here, and he like tries to leave the show, like actually leave the building, and then 5 minutes later he's like, I'm sorry, this is the best experience ever, I'm gonna play so hard. Okay, so then last night Ari got her HOH room, but we didn't get to see it on the feeds, it was blocked. A little while later, Ross, Brandy, and Marissa were up in the HOH room, and Ari rang the doorbell to get into her own HOH room. Why? That's your room. All right, well, anyway, I think she's just testing it out. Ross is now saying that the nominations this week should be Omarosa and Mark. They're both pawns, you know, neither of them are the target. Mark has already said that he's cool with being a pawn. And he doesn't want to put up Meta as the pawn because he's too much of a wild card up on the block. Who knows what he would do if he won the power of veto. So he's still saying Shannon is the #1 target, James is #2, and then, you know, worst comes to worst, Omarosa will go if the nominations stay the same. Because they're like, oh crap, if we don't put up James or Shannon, one of them could win the veto and, like, the nominations will stay the same. We can't put either of them up. So they realize the only way to guarantee that one of them will go is to nominate both of them. So Ari's like, I don't know, like they might come after me. And then they're like, it's okay, there's only going to be one of them left. You have all these people backing you up. So Ari's like, okay. So then today, it seems like Ari just wants to go for it. She's still all about putting up James and Shannon. And she's just going to tell them in her speech, it's not personal. You guys are just the best competitors. So there's going to be some freaking fireworks after that. Woo! Because they're supposed to be working together, you know, ever since the whole flipped vote to get rid of Chuck instead of James. They're going to be in for a shock. All right, so Shannon and James, they're not exactly like sitting on their butts right now. Like there's not a ton of game talk going on today, but they've made a few attempts to talk to their group about what's going to happen. And the rest of their group is just like, it's fine. Like, they're not really, you know, giving them anything. So, Ari, they can't even get her alone because she's got people around her constantly so that she doesn't get cornered by either of them. And then Shannon and James were trying to talk about the nominations with Brandy, and Brandy just keeps, like, blowing them off. Like, oh, Ross is asleep. He needs to be here. We need to get him in here. And then eventually it was just Shannon and Brandy alone. And Shannon thinks that Meta should be going up on the block with Omarosa because he would potentially use the power of veto on her. I guess Shannon is trying to say that Omarosa should be the target this week. And Brandy's like, no, I talked to Meta and he said he wouldn't do that, so we're not going to do that. Okay, so nominations are later today. It looks like it's going to be Shannon and James, but we'll see. And then Big Brother also supposedly told them that they're going to be doing the power of veto player draw, but then again they said that the other day too, and then they never did it, so who knows. But I know just before we started filming this they were taking pictures with the HOH camera, so I don't know, but we should absolutely see nominations at some point today. I don't know what time it's going to be, but if it's at a normal hour I will post that in the info for this spoiler if you want to check back. Alright, so that's where we are. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and until tomorrow, much love.